It's Trinesha Catrell, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome to First Love Yourself, where love, life, and Christ combine. I am so grateful to have you here on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment with me. In today's video, we are going to talk about taking a moment, staying focused, and not giving up the responsibility you have to yourself. I know it's a long title. Let's just say not giving up responsibility that you have to yourself. I'll eventually title this however it goes. But before we get started, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up so you never miss out on uplifting content like this. So get comfortable because we are about to get into it. Let's go. So what made me want to talk about not giving up the responsibility you have to yourself is because sometimes in life, when we are going through things, when we get into relationships, when we get a new job, when we have people in our life that help us, or we have someone in our life that kind of helps carry the load that we have, or something else, we like in the past, when I would be in a relationship or something like that, I would dump all of my things, like the burdens that I carry, all of the stuff that I was struggling with, all the stuff I was going through on the person. I'd be so tired, so exhausted of whatever it was I was carrying by myself. I'd be like, okay, this person is here now. I can just dump this full load on this person as if it's their responsibility, as if now all of a sudden I don't have a responsibility to myself. All of a sudden I don't have the want, the desire, the things that I need to get accomplished, the things that I need to do. All of a sudden you just feel like, okay, I used to feel like, okay, oh, now I could just, I'm just so exhausted, so tired. And for some of us, it could look like you've been in so many bad relationships, or you've been single for a while and you get with someone, or you've been, serial dating, or whatever it is that you do. And every time you get with someone, you just feel you dump all your emotional baggage, you dump all of the things that you're going through, you dump all of the things that you've been doing so long. You just feel like, okay, I'm just gonna wait a little bit before I keep going with this thing that I'm doing in my life, because it just feels like it's so much. It feels like it's draining me. It feels exhausting. I feel so tired. But you can't get tired. There's three things that you can do that you can constantly always remember to take responsibility for yourself. Instead of like giving your responsibility or dumping your burden or your load or whatever on someone else, or trying to make it their responsibility to do things that you need to do for your life. There are three T's, three things that I like to do to keep myself accountable, to allow myself to really stay focused on the things that I'm supposed to be doing, and to really just not put the burden of my life on someone else. The first thing I do is I take a moment. I know you're probably thinking, okay, what does taking a moment have to do with not giving responsibility to somebody else? Well, you have to take a moment to do the things that make you happy. Sometimes when you get with someone in a relationship, or you have new friends, or you're at a new job, you think about all the things you can do to make someone else happy. It's good to be a good girlfriend. It's good to be a good coworker. It's good to be a good friend, a good family member. But you also have to make sure that you take the responsibility of making yourself happy. Sometimes we feel like that burden is somebody else's, but the happiness comes from within. It's not something that someone else gives you. Yes, someone else can make you laugh and you'll be happy laughing at a joke, or, you may have happy moments because of something that you get to do with the person or something like that. But it's important for you to realize that your happiness comes from you. Don't expect a person to be your happiness. You have to already be happy. I used to be in a really dark, sad place a long time ago. And I had a moment maybe a year or so ago, and every once in a while the adversary would try to make me feel like crap or something like that. But I used to get in this real dark place, and I just felt so alone. I felt like if I just get this thing, it'll make me happy. If I just get into this relationship, it'll make me happy. If I just go to this job, if I make this amount of money, it'll make me happy. And there were so many excuses, so many things, like ideas that I had in my mind of what was going to make me happy. Not thinking about the fact that I was so in such a dark place, not thinking about the fact that I was so sad and a person couldn't make me happy. Yes, I could laugh at their joke. Yes, I could get more money and it would be temporarily satisfactory. Yes, I could make friends and the friend could make me happy, just like they can make me happy, they can make me sad. But it's not any one of those people's responsibility to make me happy. It's my responsibility to be happy with myself. And in order for me to do that, I have to make sure that I am sticking to my standards. I have to make sure that I'm being the person that I can look in the mirror and be proud of or be pleased with. I can't just settle, and then expect myself to be happy. I can't just allow people to walk all over me and expect myself to be happy. I can't just, settle for the bare minimum. I can't allow those things to be a part of my life if I plan on making myself happy. I have to remember that I need to take a moment to do the things that make me happy. If I like dancing around the living room, I need to dance around the living room. If I know that brings a smile to my face, that's exactly what it is that I need to do. If you're a painter and you love being creative, then go be creative. Don't wait for somebody else to come along to tell you to paint. You should already be doing that. Don't wait for someone to come along to tell you, oh, yeah, you can dance right now. You don't need a step-by-step instructional guide on how you should be making yourself happy in your life. You have to figure out what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like. If you love dancing like me, off rhythm, everything else, like I could follow some. If somebody gives me steps, I could follow the steps. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not to where I'm gonna be tripping over my own feet, but I have a rhythm, but I'm not like, you're not gonna see me break dance somewhere and go in a dance battle because I'm not that good. Like I'm good enough to like do a little toot, like one, two, like I'm good enough to do like a little, I might do one of those. I might do something like that, but I'm not about to bust a real move. Like I don't know technique like that. And so I doing dance moves makes me happy, so that's what I need to be doing. If listening to gospel music and maybe singing at the top of my lungs makes me happy, that's exactly what I need to do. You have to figure out what you like. If you like buying yourself flowers, buy yourself flowers. For me, I love buying myself flowers, but they die because I can't keep them alive. But they're beautiful. They are so cute. But yeah, I can't keep them alive. And so that might be the thing I do. I might buy myself flowers. It could be me taking a dance class because I like dancing, even though I'm not a good dancer, but I do love to dance. And so I might go and take a ballroom fitness class again. I might learn some kind of other dance. I don't know, but tango, rumba, waltz, whatever it is. I might learn something, the foxtrot. I might learn some kind of dance like that because I like to dance, because I like to get my energy up, because I like learning new things. And so it's a mix of learning new things and dancing. Like, what? And so I would do something like that because it makes me smile, because it makes me happy. And it could even be something like, I really used to love doing the cricket thing. And shout out cricket, just kidding. But I used to love doing that and creating things like this pillow. I actually sewed this. I sewed this pillow. I wanted to just do something really, really cool and neat that was different. And so I wanted it to be like a little like decoration type thing. So I sewed this pillow together and I used the cricket to make that conquer sign on there. And it's so funny because I made this before I started saying I'm more than a conqueror. So I thought that was so cool that it just fell in like that. But yeah, you have to figure out what actually puts a smile on your face. If you like walking in nature, if you like listening to the rainfall, if you like listening to waterfalls, if you like whatever it is that you like doing. Maybe you like driving, but the way inflation's set up, the way your account's set up, you might need to dial it back and find another thing that's not driving gas that you don't want to waste. But you know what I'm saying. And you just have to really figure out what it is that you love to do so that you can make yourself happy. And then when other people come into your life, when you get the person, when you get the job that pays more money, or because everybody thinks I make a little bit more money and now I'm going to be happy. You got to be happy already. The money is an extra bonus, and manage it well. Be a good steward of it. Because if you're not doing that, you're going to be in the same place next year, next week, no matter how much money you get. Because it's all about money management. It's all about being a good steward of your finances, of the things that you already have in order to receive more. The second thing that you're going to want to do is traction. You're going to want to not lose traction. Sometimes you get that friend that you've always wanted. You get that boyfriend, you get that man, you get that woman, whatever it is in your life that you've been praying for or that you want. And all of a sudden you start to put your feet up and you lose traction. You like, you know what? I'm so tired. Let me go ahead and kick my feet up and not do anything else. I've been really busting butt all this time. I really need a moment to just catch myself. You don't need a moment. I mean, you might need a day to just rest, compose yourself, because it's for you, so that you can redirect your thoughts, so that you can think of more things that you need to do, so that you can have a moment where you're not constantly hustling and bustling, and you're allowing God to move in your life in the way that he sees fit. And but you do not need a moment, a week, a month, a year to sit around and just be all up under some dude or some woman. It's nice to get someone. It's nice to be in a relationship. I don't think that you should take it for granted, anything like that. But I also don't think you should lose traction. I don't think that's a moment for you to be like, okay, well, my dreams are important to me, but let me go ahead and just wait a little bit. Let me go ahead and squeeze this person into my schedule and just allow them to overtake all the things that I got to get done. You still have stuff that you have to do. Your life does not revolve around the person. You have to make sure that you make the time to continue on in your efforts. Every day, what I like to do, people say I'm a workaholic. I don't know if that's true or not. So when it comes to work stuff, definitely take a break. I don't always listen to my own advice when it comes to that, because I just love to always constantly be in motion, always constantly be doing things. And my excuse is the idle mind goes hungry, that proverb. But it's really important to get rest. It's also biblical as well. The idle mind goes hungry, and it's important to rest. That does not mean that you need to be hustling and bustling and wearing yourself thin and just so super exhausted that you don't have the energy to do anything that you're supposed to be doing. That means that you constantly are working at something that's important to you, but you also allow yourself the time to rest so that your body can catch up with your mind, so that you don't feel like you're physically drained and emotionally exhausted because you're constantly on the go. You have to allow yourself the time to be able to recuperate and keep it moving. Don't take a whole long time off and redo your whole schedule and then try to make it seem like you got to do all the things because you got this person. The person was with you before you rearranged your schedule. Keep your schedule, keep doing the things that you need to do, because you have a responsibility. If you have children, your children are your number one focus. They're the thing that needs you the most at this moment. And the person, if it's from God, if it's a person that's supposed to be a part of your life, you will make time for each other. You will do the things that's necessary to make sure that the person knows that you're interested, or you know that that person's interested. You don't have to be doing the most. Sometimes we really feel like we got to do the most to be able to be in these relationships, to be able to have friends, to be able to keep the job. You have to be intentional. That's it. Oh, cheat code. You just have to be intentional. Be intentional in your relationship. Like, if the person feels safe and seen, you good to go. And I'm not a relationship expert. I'm just saying, for me, I would want to feel safe and seen. I want to feel safe being who I am and not feeling like I have to be somebody else or being super judged. And I would want to feel seen. I would want to know that I'm not forgotten. I would want to know that I matter to the person. That's all I want. I don't care about any of the preference things that people come up with. I don't care about any of that stuff. The only thing I care about is being treated the right way. And am I perfect? No. I mess up all the time. Sometimes people be doing stuff right and I still be like, hot mess. I be having hot mess tendencies, but listen, I'm trying to get it together. And so it's important for you to keep your traction. It's important for you to remember the reason why you started in the first place. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have something you want to accomplish, you need to keep going at it. Don't just give up on your dreams because of another person, because the person that's with you, your friend, your family member, romantically, is going to want you to succeed. They don't want you to be stagnant in your growth. They don't want you to fall at the wayside of the things that you want to accomplish in life. They don't want you to just put your dreams on the back burner for them, because that's not a relationship. That's a distraction. They don't want you to be worse. They want you to be better when you're with them. A relationship should add to you, not take away from you. And that's with friends, everything. You want your friend to be rooting for you. You don't want them to be like, oh, I hope she falls on her face. And you at work, you want to be in a workplace where you're appreciated, because you don't want to be in a place where you feel like everyone's out to get you, or whatever. You want to be in a good environment, and you want to keep your attraction so that you don't lose focus, so that you don't lose sight of the reason why you started in the first place, so that you can accomplish the things that you need to do. And when you do have time, when you do make time, it'll be time put aside for the person. It won't be time taking away from something that you're intentionally trying to accomplish in your life. The third thing that you need to do is think. There was a pastor in a sermon once that said, "The way you think is the way you think is the way you think is the way you think," and it's so true. What he means by that is sometimes we get so ungrateful, so unappreciative of the things that we have in life, we lose focus. We put all our responsibility on another person because we feel like we need to be unappreciative because we see somebody on some social media site that has something that we think that we want when we don't even want that thing. Like, it used to trip me out. It still trips me out to this day when I see people on Valentine's Day, and I'm only just throwing out holidays. I'm not going against Valentine's Day or anything like that. But you see somebody pull up in a car full of roses. You see somebody that gives this woman the keys to the house. And for me, because I'm a cynic, I used to be a cynic. Let me correct that, because I don't want that bad, I don't want to put that bad verbiage on my life. But for me, and I would pray and wish that that person was truly happy and that they do get these things in their life, because I want every person to be happy in a healthy relationship and to be treated the right way. I really do. In my mind, before I pray for the person, I'm thinking, I'm probably the only person that thinks like this, but I'm thinking, I hope it's not because, like, I don't know what's going on in their relationship. I don't know. Like, I hope that they are really in love. I hope that this person really does appreciate the other person. I hope that everybody ends up happy with the person that God intended for them to be with, to teach them a lesson. And I don't mean in a bad way, but like sometimes you learn things about yourself in the relationships that you wouldn't learn otherwise, or to be with them for life, And so when I see people do things like that, the cynic in me is like, you don't know nothing about their relationship. And that's not maybe cynical. It might just be a realism. I don't know. But I'm always like, I have no idea what's going on in their house. I have no idea how this man treats this woman. I have no idea how she treats him. I don't even know if they're a real couple. They could just be pretending like they together just to get likes. I don't know. I don't know nothing about their life. And so when I see it, the first thing I think is, first off, I don't know nothing about these people. And the second thing is, I'm like, Lord, I hope that they both have the best of intentions for each other and that they really truly are happy. I know that's a weird thing to say, but also I try to keep things in perspective and appreciate the life that I have. If I want flowers, I buy myself flowers. If I want to go to a movie, I go to the movies. If I want to go test drive a car because Ferraris are being tested and you can do donuts in them, then I'm going to test drive a Ferrari. If I want to go to a car show because they got this new car coming out, I'm going to go to the car show. Like, there's nothing that I need to do with, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to do it with someone else, but I think it's important for you to do the things that you want to do for yourself, so that when another person comes in, you're not expecting them to be everything. God is everything to me. I don't need another person to be everything. I just need them to be there for me, And so I think it's important for you to be realistic and not just fantasize about this unrealistic expectation that you have for this person, and also to be appreciative of the things that you do have. The guy that you're with might not be a person who buys flowers because he might be allergic. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. But seriously, if he's allergic to flowers, why he gonna buy you flowers? And then you hating on somebody else because of something you saw online that might not even be true. You have to really just appreciate what you have. Don't do a grass is greener syndrome thinking about what everybody else got going on, because you don't know their life. You really don't. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors. You don't know how that person's being treated. And you might even, I know it's one person that's going to watch this video that's probably going to say, oh, but I see them out in public and they look so happy. You know how easy it is to fake it? I used to be in a relationship faking it every day. Just kidding, though. I'm just kidding. I used to literally cry myself to sleep at night and post pictures smiling with the person that I was with. I'm just letting you know. That's like the reality of my situation. I don't know these other people's situation, but I'm just telling you. So just because it looks good does not mean it is good. And I would hope that it really was good. But I think that we have to start appreciating our life and the things that we do have instead of thinking about what someone else has, because that's not ours. If it was meant for us, we would have it. The thing that always gets me by, that allows me to just stay focused and not worry about anybody else, is knowing that what God has for me is for me and can't nobody take it away from me. And that's for you as well. What God has for you, can nobody take it away from you at all. I mean, people might be hating on you, people might be mad at you, people might not even like you. God will make your enemies your footstool. Like, you don't even understand. You might have had a thought, like a little split second thought of, oh my gosh, but this person doesn't want me to have this thing. It doesn't matter what they do or don't want. If it's meant for you, you're gonna get it. If that man is yours, you gonna get it. If that car is yours, you're gonna get it. That house, that money, whatever it is that you think that you want, that God knows that you need in your life. Because maybe the car is going to be the thing that most people see, because they'll see you being faithful to God isn't just a broke-minded Christianity thing. It's a abundant thing. Maybe you being in this house is going to be the thing that actually allows you to get the things that God intended for you to have in your life. Don't ever feel like you're missing out on anything, because I promise you, what's yours can't nobody take it from you. Always remember that. Take the responsibility for yourself, because it is on you to make yourself happy. It's on you to keep your traction, and it's on you to think. Think, be thankful of the things that you have in life, because they're yours and nobody else's. You got this. You came way too far to give up now. I was about to start singing I Just Can't Give Up Now by Mary Mary, but I'm not going to do you like that because I can't sing. Like, I can sing, but I can't sing. And so I'm not going to like subject you guys to that. But I really appreciate you watching this video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing, amazing night.